tell you to stay out of my way?
Ah, who's gonna make me?
I'll knock your ears off, you little runt.
Fellas, now what's going on here?
What are you buttoning for?
Stay out of this, you big lug hole.
Wait a minute. I'm only trying to help.
Oh, I don't need no help from you. I can take care of myself.
What's the matter, son?
What's he gonna do, kiss your sock? Yoo-hoo! I'll get you for this. Let me go. Let go of me. Let me go. Get your dirty paws off me.
For a dance, son.
Let me go. Let me go.
All right.
Hey.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Yeah. What are you laughing at?
I ain't laughing, Sock. I ain't laughing. Look at me. I'm almost crying.
Right in the mush.
Dr. O'Hara, I presume? Will you scrub?
Thank you very much.
Get the cop.
Oh, looks like I stepped into something that time. Is my face red?
I'm going to be a nurse.
I need one. Well, let me take that. Say, this is kind of a tough neighborhood I stumbled into.
Very tough. If you don't mind your own business.
Well, new town, new job. I'd rather get my rotten tomatoes at the start than at the finish.
Is this your first time in New York?
Okay, right out of the Dust Bowl. Did a lot of work in public health out there, but this is my first crack at metropolitan slums. No Dr. Winters?
Deputy Commissioner, right up on top. Oh, there's some on your hat.
Oh, thanks. Well, he and my pathology prof were classmates at med school. He cinched my appointment here.
Well, we'd better pitch right in and get you settled. These are your living quarters. Now I'll give you an idea of the general routine while we're at it. Lab tests, vaccinations, clinic, and quarantine calls. Regardless of office hours, it's 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. A Sunday off each year, unless you're called out on an emergency, and it never fails.
Are you sure you haven't forgotten anything?
Those are just the highlights. Now I'll get down to detail. Dr. Larkin was a stickler for detail.
Dr. Larkin, who's he?
Oh, didn't I tell you? He's one of the 3 doctors we've had here in the past 3 months.
Oh, what happened to them?
2 landed in the hospital, and the 3rd had a nervous breakdown. That was Dr. Larkin. Are you driving back home, Doctor, or are you going back by train?
Now, listen, Clara Barton, you seem to forget I told you I came from the Dust Bowl. We had an epidemic of diphtheria out there in 37. I was up for 72 hours straight, and we didn't lose a single case either. And it was a time that Lem Carter got his leg caught in the oil driller. We knocked him out with a pint of liquor, and I amputated. Once I delivered twins in a cyclone cellar. Middle of a twister, too. Of course, those are only the highlights, if you'd care to have me go into detail.
We'll get along, Dr. O'Hara. The Bowery ought to be a rest cure for you.
I'm beginning to like the job better already.
Oh, before I forget, these are the food certificates. You sign the printed forms, and the dealers make delivery direct.
Oh, you mean we eat for free?
No. We keep a list of approved dealers here. But, of course, if you want to make your own food tests.
Yes, I certainly do. I'll start right now. Do you know that you've been talking for 2 solid hours? What's the matter with you? Don't you ever eat?
I didn't dream it was so late.
Well, come on. We'll have some lunch, and you can tell me the rest of it while we're eating.
You're the doctor. Doctor. There's a nice clean little place over on 2nd Avenue. It's table d'ote, 35 cents, and I pay for my own.
Oh, for a minute there, you had me worried. What do you say we take my car? That'll give us more time to...
Strip clean.
Well, how do you like that? Look, they got the hubcaps, the spotlight, my lap robe. Well, look, they even took my radio.
Leaving a car like this standing here, you were just begging for it.
Oh, I know, but in broad daylight.
That'll give you an idea of what it's like after dark. Well, I guess you'd better report it. Not that it'll do you much good.
Say, that reminds me, I've got to report to Dr. Winters, too, at the Board of Health. Will you give me a rain check on that lunch, Ann?
Well, I suppose I'll have to.
Public health isn't, Tom. It's school teaching, social service, police and detective work. An ordinary MD hangs out his shingle, then sits in the office and waits for customers. Public health men have to go out and drag them in, and most of the time against the patient's wishes. The Bowery's a tough assignment, Tom. Toughest in the metropolitan area. Sure you can handle it?
Oh, I think we Okies are as tough as anything you can dish up on the Bowery.
That's all I want to know.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Come in, Peggy. This is Dr. O'Hara. My daughter, Peggy.
How do you do?
I got to know you, Miss Winters.
Tom Zanoki. He just rolled into town in his prairie schooner.
Really? Meet any Indians along the way?
Oh, yes, indeed. A whole tribe of them. Right outside of my health center on the Bowery.
Get any scalps?
Well, they very nearly got mine, not to mention my radio, spare tire, and all the other trimmings on my car.
Oh, Peggy, I'm afraid I'll have to go into conference. I won't be able to drop you after all.
Oh, well, I can get a taxi. That is, unless Dr. O'Hara has his prairie schooner outside and wouldn't mind dropping me.
Oh, all hitched up and ready to go. It'll be a pleasure. Well, goodbye, Doctor, and thanks.
Goodbye, Tom, and good luck to you. I'll be keeping tabs on you through your district health officer.
Well, I'll try and tab well, sir.
Bye, Dad.
Goodbye, dear.
To say you have to spend every day in that clinic with that awful nurse.
Oh, well, there's going to be patients, too, I hope. Besides, how did I know what awful nurse they were going to assign to me?
Oh, everything's awful in the Bowery. I'm going to pull you out there every opportunity I get.
I don't think you're going to have much of a problem there after working hours.
Oh, here we are. Thanks a lot, Dr. O'Hara. Be seeing you after working hours.
I'll phone you the moment I'm settled. Goodbye.
Bye.
I'll expect you tomorrow at the clinic, then. I'll give him just 1 week to clean up this mess.
I know, but I raise him all myself. I raise him from a little chick.
I've told you before, it's against the law to keep them in here. Maybe you can fix a place for him up on the roof.
But I should walk up and down the steps 5 times a day.
It might be good for you. Tired?
I feel like a barrel without hoops.
Well, just this one, then we'll call it for the day.
These are the man's sleeping rooms.
Well, I guess it's better than sleeping in a park.
What's down there?
Well, that's a private room.
Was anyone in it?
What do you see?
We'll take a look. Let's have some light.
Why, it's a child. Fever.
Whose child is this?
Sock Dolan's kid brother.
He's the boy you pulled out of the fight that first day.
He'll be back here any minute now.
How long has this youngster been sick?
A couple of weeks or so, I guess.
Has he had a doctor?
Well, not exactly, you see.
Look at this.
Typical.
Yeah, his tongue, too. Looks like pellagra. This boy's sick. He belongs in a hospital.
Sock ain't gonna like this.
Well, it just so happens that Sock's opinion doesn't matter.
Hi, Pops.
Hey, Sock, I want to see you a minute.
Hey, Scrubby, I got it fixed. You ought to hear it play. You just plug it in and... Scrubby! Scrubby, where are you? Scrubby! Where is he?
They took him away, Sock.
Took him away. Who took him? Where?
The children's hospital.
If they do anything to that kid... But I gotta see him, I tell you. He'll be looking for me. He ain't never been away from me before.
I'm sorry, old man. That youngster is pretty sick.
That don't mean I can't even see him. I'm his brother. Why shouldn't I see him?
Dr. O'Hara said absolutely no visitors.
O'Hara, huh? Butting in again. I'll teach that lug. Get us to the kid.
Sorry I kept Mason, but your record here isn't exactly enviable.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Doc. You ain't going to believe what's on that card. The doc that used to be here had it in for me, that's all. I got an appeal in right now. I figured maybe you and me could start fresh.
I'm sorry, but that's impossible. You see, it happens to be part of my job here to protect the Bowery against rotten food.
No, I ask you, is that any way to talk about a man's produce? Of course, I know it ain't the kind of food they eat at the Waldorf, but it fits the pocketbooks of this district.
If you'll excuse me, I'm expecting someone, so...
Okay, Doc, let's talk turkey. Now, I know young fellas like you put in 4 years of college, 4 more at medical school, and a couple of more interning. You're entitled to make a living after 10 years in the galleys. Now, all you got to do is sign me a few cards.
Good night, Mr. Mason.
Why don't you get wise to yourself, O'Hara? You got to play ball to get along in life. You help me and I help you. That's the oil that makes the wheels go round. What do you suppose any other smart guy in your shoes would do?
Just this.
Still hurting people's feelings, Doctor?
Oh, I guess you wouldn't have done it that way.
Oh, but exactly. I'm sure he deserved it. I'll bet the Wild West was never like this.
Oh, I wouldn't be too sure about that. Will you make yourself at home, Peggy? I'll put on a tie and coat and be right with you.
You blubber, Mullins?
What can I do for you?
Schultz of West Street sent me.
Shoot, yeah, what's your line?
Wholesale food, institutions mostly. I can make plenty down here.
I don't get it.
O'Hara over at the health center. He's got to sign the orders before I deliver.
What's the matter with your stuff?
Nothing. Nothing's the matter with it, see?
I didn't say there was.
O'Hara's just playing ball with his own gang, that's all. Schultz thought maybe you could figure it in for me.
Maybe.
There's plenty in it for anybody who does. You know the layout down here, so I'm dumping it in your lap.
If Schultz says you're okay with me.
Fine, here's a card. Phone me if you get an angle.
Yeah, I'll phone you. That's much, son. $25. That's a lot of dough for a half a dozen of them little old food cards.
What's the difference to you? Mason's the guy that's showing out.
Look, make it $20 and it's a deal.
What are you doing? Chiseling just to keep in practice?
Oh, you know I wouldn't do that, son.
Yeah, I know. $25 and I'll have them cards at your place tonight.
Okay, I get the cards and you get the dough. Now listen, if anything happens...
Don't worry, your name ain't gonna be mentioned. And nothing's gonna happen. Outside of me getting a little even with that phony bone setter for what he done to Scrubby.
What are you doing here? How'd you get in here, anyway?
Santa Claus led me by the hand down a chimney. What's the idea of snitching a kid tonight when I wasn't home?
Your brother's sick. He belongs in a hospital.
Listen, Fancy Pants, I've been taking care of that kid all my life. Been doing okay, too. I don't need no help from you. You better quit sticking your nose in my business, or the Bowery ain't gonna be too healthy for you. And I don't mean nothing you can cure with pills. Now, when do I get him back?
If you mean when is he coming out of the hospital? Maybe next week. Or next month, or next year, whenever I think he's well enough. If you mean when is he going back to that flop house, I hope never. Because I'm going to do all I can to put that kid someplace where he'll really have a chance. If you like, I'll run over the case with you. Try and explain what's wrong with your brother, what we're trying to do for him, so that you'll understand it.
Listen, who do you think you are? Telling me what's what? Don't you think I'm onto this phony racket? Doctors, just a lot of mixed up political graft. Holy mackerel, the phonus balloonist that run this joint before you came here took care of my old lady. What do you think she is now? Pushing up daisies. Yeah, I brought her in here, all right. They fixed her good. They stuck her in a hospital. Wouldn't even let me see her. Just like you're trying to pull on me now with Scrubby. Not much change today, Sonny. A little improvement, if anything. Well, she died of her improvement. I never saw her again except in a box. Make something of that, mister.
Mamie Dolan. I've got a case history right here.
You probably got one in there for the kid already, too. You ain't writing no case closed on scrubbies, though. Not if they put me in a pen for stopping you.
Listen, fella, you're all balled up by what's happened to you. So would I be, or anybody else. Getting sore isn't going to help matters any. Your mother died because she wouldn't see a doctor until it was too late for anyone to help her. Finest specialist in New York City was called in on her case. President of the United States couldn't have had better. No doctor killed your mother. Negligence killed her. And I'm going to see to it that the same thing doesn't happen to your kid, Brother Scrubby. I'll tell you what. You meet me at the hospital tomorrow morning at 10. I'll let you see him with me. And I'll show you what I'm trying to do to help. Then, if you still have any squawks, well, I guess we'll just have to slug it out, Sock.
Yes, he quieted down last night, the minute his brother sent up that funny radio.
Why, Tom, isn't that your...
See that he gets plenty of milk and hot broths. No solids for a while yet. Vitamin B massive by injection and, well, since it seems to be doing him so much good, I'd suggest rather frequent doses of the radio. It's probably why Sock didn't show up here today. Rather foolish of him, since it seems he's hit on the most important part of the cure. Bye, Miss Thomas. Hi. What's cooking?
Don't look so scared. Nobody's going to force you to eat it. What was that call for?
Measles. Corn on the cob.
It wasn't reported.
Well, the mother diagnosed the case herself. She just locked her other 5 kids up with a sick one. Oh, I love them.
What?
Baked beans. Yeah, she figured that all kids have to have the measles sometime or other, so she's just putting hers through in one batch. Well, what are you doing here?
I asked him to stay, Doctor. Sock, go in and wash.
I just washed.
Well, wash again.
Now, see here, Aunt.
Before you go biting off any heads, I want you to know that I've done a lot of thinking since our little visit at the hospital to see Scrubby this morning.
How about Sock?
There must be a lot of good in a boy who can love anyone that way, the way Sock loves Scrubby.
Yes, I suppose there is.
We could use someone like Sock around here. I've got more than I can do in the lab without running the errands, and then there are all the chores to do. And besides, somebody ought to be here to cover the phone for emergencies when we're out.
You know, we probably could change that kid's whole life right here. All he needs is a chance. But then...
But what?
Oh, on that kind of humanitarian reasoning, we could move the whole Bowery in here, providing we had room enough.
So we can only save 1 in a million. That's still something on the plus side.
I wouldn't trust that kid as far as I could throw that stove.
All right, Dr. Hercules, you can start throwing right now, because I've given Sock a job. $5 a week, and if that's too much, you can take it out of my salary.
Yeah, he just dropped by to tell me. Sure, he's here now.
Oh, the kid's working for him, huh? That's great. He'd be right on the inside. Hey, Blubber, remember, what that kid don't know won't never hurt him.
Oh, sure. He knows you're getting a dirty deal from the doc. No, you don't have to worry about him. He'll keep his eyes open, all right? Oh, sure, just give him a couple of days. He'll be bringing them certificates to you with a bona fide signature on them.
Tell him I gotta get more for the signed ones.
Yeah, okay, boss. I'll be seeing you. Hey, don't be worrying about your cut. If this thing goes out the way we think it will, we'll be dining on fall-leaf clovers.
That's okay with me. I still gotta get more. If I get your signed blanks, Mason don't have to worry none about taking no rap for forgery. You don't have to worry about taking no rap at all. Doc O'Hara's gonna be the sucker.
How you gonna work it? He ain't gonna sign up for you.
You leave that to me. I'll dope out, Hal. $25 more for every dozen signed cards. Take it or leave it.
As long as Mason's paying for it, it's all right with me.
Okay, scoop of whitewashing, Doc?
Go right ahead, Sock. You won't bother me a bit.
Boy, this sure is a job for a Lizzie.
This way. It's a blood sample of one of our patients. She's pretty sick. You see, Sock, those are the red corpuscles. They give your blood a good, rich color when you're healthy. And those are the white corpuscles. They help to guard your body against disease.
What's them other things?
Those are the fellows that cause all the trouble. Microbes. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, sure, if you go for things like that. Me, I can take it or leave it.
You'll find that stuff okay.
Got your certificate?
Right here, brother.
Here's your check.
Thanks. There wasn't no hurry about it.
District Health Center 34. Yeah, he's here. It's for you, Doc.
Hello. Oh, hello, Peggy. How are you?
Oh, fine. No thanks to you. I haven't seen you for days. What do you mean, microscopic analysis? Counting how many angels can swim in a drop of water or something equally as silly?
It happens I'm counting the number of corpuscles in a drop of Mrs. Rosenbaum's blood. She'll be an angel if I miss my count. Who? Dr. George Winters. Yes, wait a minute, Peggy. Let me write that down. This coming Sunday at 7. Black tie? Yes, black tie. Hey, is there going to be anything to eat?
Uncle George has left everything to me. Everything, that is, except the bills.
Good night, Ann. Yes,
Caviar blini and vodka for a starter. Vichyssoise, jumbo frog legs.
1,200 cold storage chickens, 24 sides of beef, a flock of lambs. I got a carload of stuff ready to go right now. You can't hold food forever. 2 of these things a week ain't enough.
Well, what can I do? I told you ain't signing so many these days. I can't bring them in if you don't sign them, can I?
That's right, Mason. After all...
Shut up, you. And quit playing with that phone. They're still eating down here, ain't they?
Yeah, sure.
And the doc still signs these things, don't he?
Yeah, I guess so.
Then you better see I get my share.
Well, I'm doing my best.
Hey, what's the matter with you? You ain't getting soft on me, are you? Or maybe ratting?
Gee, no.
Don't forget something always happens to a guy that rats. You know what I mean?
District Health Center 34. Yeah, speaking.
I don't know what's eating them, Sock. Both Gimpy and Whitey got the cramps bad. I thought maybe if the doc...
Doc ain't here, Flops. He's up to some swells up on Park Avenue. This joint's supposed to be closed on Sundays. I'll be right over, though. Maybe Doc Murray down at the drugstore will give me something to fix him up.
Tom? Why
why don't you quit public health work?
Quit? I'm just getting my teeth into it, Dr. Winters.
And what are you biting off? After 10 years in the department, if you're lucky and have the right connections, you might even get to be a deputy commissioner.
In private practice, you could have done just as much good for people and have become independent.
Oh, I guess if it's good enough for your dad, it's good enough for me.
My brother could be making 10 times his salary in private practice.
Public health to me is one of the most important phases in modern medicine.
Don't tell me you're an idealist and out to save the world at this late date.
Well, saving the world is a pretty big order, Doctor. But I'm going to try and put my 2 cents in.
Tom, how'd you like to go in business with me?
Go in business?
I'm not as young as I used to be, and I need fresh blood in my office.
Uncle George, you're a darling.
Dr. Winters, you hardly know me.
Don't try to answer now. Take your time. Think it over. Will you two excuse me? I must pay a little attention to my other guests.
Tom, isn't he wonderful?
Yes. I wonder whatever made him pick on me.
Perhaps you underestimate yourself.
No, I hardly think so. But I certainly underestimated you.
I beg your pardon, Miss Peggy, but you're wanted on the phone.
Thank you, Gordon. Perhaps Dad's wangled out of that awful banquet and won't be able to come after all. Be back in...
Yes, miss.
Yes, Miss Cleary, this is Miss Winters. That's too bad. Where?
Tell him the flop house where Sock used to live.
Well, Dr. O'Hara's awfully busy at the moment. He couldn't possibly come to the phone. But I'll have him call you the moment he's free. Yes, I'll tell him it's really important.
There's 2 more of them rolling out, miss. You said the doc would be here.
Hello? Oh, I'd like to talk to Dr. O'Hara at once. Yes, if you will, please.
Tell him to hurry, will you? It's been almost an hour.
You go back upstairs. I'll get him here all right.
Yes, Gordon?
Dr. O'Hara's nurse again, miss.
Oh. Well, tell her he'll call her right back.
I see. Thank you very much.
What's the matter? Couldn't you get him?
Why should he bother? He's having too good a time.
Oh, that don't sound like the doc.
Well, all I know is what I heard through the phone.
Gee, what are we gonna do?
We're going to give that phone just 1 minute to ring. Is Dr. O'Hara here?
If you'll just wait a minute.
I think we've waited too long already. Come on. Dr. O'Hara.
Oh, yeah?
You're needed downtown.
Where?
Flop house. Emergency.
Well, why didn't you call me?
Did. Twice.
Well, I thought Sunday, one night a week after all.
Let's go. Well, I have to stop by the clinic and pick up my things.
We took them over before.
Step on it, Sock. Don't worry about the cops.
It's a pleasure. Take it easy, Whitey. Take it easy.
Over here, Doc.
All right, let me take a look at him.
The mothers are pretty bad, too. What is it, Doc?
Hypodermic, 2 fifths. Hurt?
Ooh.
These men been drinking?
Ooh.
What do you think?
I'll let you know better when we get back to the lab.
Time's up.
That's it, all right. No doubt about it. Botulus.
What's that?
Bacteria poisoning from rotten food. It would have killed those men if we hadn't gotten there in time.
What do they generally eat, Sock?
Gee, I don't know. Anyways, they get a handout, I guess.
I better get back up there. If they can just remember where they got that food, we can keep others from being hit.
Shall I order more serum?
I hope we won't need it. Hello? Yes?
You come quick, Doc. She's a bad, I tell you. She said no, can't stand up.
Pains in the stomach, you say? No, don't do anything. I'll be right over.
But Tom, the flop house.
We'll have to make them both in one trip. Sock, you stay here and hang out that phone.
Do you think there'll be more?
I don't know, but I wish we'd had some sleep last night.
Oh. Run and get Dr. O'Hara, quick.
We better get hold of that Dr. O'Hara.
I'd better take him to Doc O'Hara.
You get a pain in here, feed it over to Doc O'Hara's, quick. Anybody that don't, I'll give him a pain. And it won't be in the stomach, neither. Now beat it, scram.
Nobody's proved it was my stuff, have they? They're still buying from me, ain't they?
Yeah, I know, but...
Well, then don't go getting no crazy ideas. Remember, if they try to pin anything on me, you're in it, too. Don't you try to cross me up, kid, because I'll be a lot tougher on you than any judge.
Only 2 new cases in Section 3, and only 1, District 5. Hello, 2nd Street. Well, it looks like we've won. Sit down, and don't complain about the service.
Feeling pretty chipper this morning, aren't you?
Why not? Slept like a top, phone didn't ring all night. Encouraging, huh? Hey, Sock! Come and get it.
Chow, boy, I can put it away, too.
Yeah, we'll put that away first. Get that, will you, Sock?
You know, one of these days you're going to make someone a very nice wife.
Oh, I'm famous for my eggs. Soft-boiled, hard-boiled, particularly poached.
Why, Sock.
What's the matter?
Bad news?
Where?
Children's Hospital. Noise. I'm Scrubby's brother, is he? Doc, is Scrubby one of them?
You don't want to be kidded, do you, Sock? He's pretty sick.
That's him. What you call him?
Botulism.
Dr. O'Hara.
You wait here for me, kid. Can't understand it, Dr. Crane. Every ounce of food that's come into this place was bought from accredited sources.
We've never had any trouble before.
Where'd you get your last shipment from?
I've been checking on that myself.
Tri-City Produce Company. Well, who are they?
Don't you know, Doctor? Isn't that your signature?
Yes. Yes, it is, but Ann, did we ever certify a Tri-City Produce Company?
Never heard of them. But it is your signature.
Yes, I know it is, but how'd it get there? I certainly never signed the certificate, and nobody else could have done it. Nobody has access to these things, only Miss Cleary and myself, and... Wait a minute. Sock!
Nobody's proved it was my stuff, have they? Don't be getting no crazy ideas. They're still buying from me, ain't they? Still buying, ain't they? Still buying, ain't they? Still buying, ain't they? it's about time. Where you been?
I've been walking and thinking.
Thinking? What's the matter, kid? You getting scared?
My kid brother's dying.
I don't get it. What's that got to do with you and me?
Plenty. Your rotten food's what done it. I'm gonna knock the tar out of you, Mason. Every pain that's in that kid's body is gonna be planted in yours. And when I get finished with you, if there's anything left, the law's gonna have its pick.
Hey, Mason, what are you doing?
Tie him up.
Look, we gotta be careful. Look at that.
Well, suppose they do know I was Tri-City Produce. So what? They can't prove nothing.
What if the kid shoots off his mouth?
Don't you worry about that.
Oh, Mason, no. You can't do that here.
I'll have one of the boys bring down a car as soon as the roads are clear, and I'll go on. Tie him up.
District Attorney Matthews announced today that he would ask for a murder indictment against J.R. Mason, revealed as the head of the Tri-City Produce Company, whose tainted food has spread sickness and death through the Bowery. Mason and Sock. They make a pretty pair, all right. Bet I handed them plenty of laughs. I must have had sucker written all over me.
Tom, do you realize that even if they find Mason, he might try to dump this whole thing on you?
Oh, Letty, that isn't what counts now. I was supposed to protect these people. They trusted me, Ann. Little gutter snipe like Sock comes along and sticks a knife in my back. Junks everything we've done.
You haven't heard his side yet.
What's there to hear? Where is he? Why'd he run away without a word to either one of us?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
Ann, wait! Ann, where are you going?
I'm going to find Sock and prove to you once and for all how wrong you are about
No,
it.
Sock's on the level. Where's he been all day? Why did he skip out of the hospital? Why isn't he here right now?
Not because he's run away. If he hasn't come back, it's because he can't, because...
You mean somebody's stopping him? Well, who? Why?
I'll tell you that when I find Sock.
Oh, wait a minute. You're not going to be running around the Bowery alone after dark.
Dr. O'Hara?
Yes?
I've got a warrant for your arrest.
Arrest?
What are the charges?
Homicide, criminal negligence.
Tom.
No, don't worry about me. I'll get in touch with Dr. Winters. You better get the police after Sock. All right, officer.
Sock Dolan, eh? Well, if you want him, Sergeant, we'll bring him in.
Diggs.
Oh, you mean Sock Dolan, the big fat guy with a squint? No, I ain't seen him nowhere.
Not a sign of him yet, and we've got every man in the precinct looking.
Oh, don't give up, Clancy. It may be hours before the doctor can raise bail.
Oh, come now. Don't be worrying that pretty little head of yours. You know, Sock's got a lot of pals down here. We'll make one of the little rats squeal.
You'll never find him that way.
No? Oh, maybe you've got a better idea.
Maybe. Every minute counts. You understand that, don't you, Benny? I'm depending on you to get the word around. Tell them all to come to the clinic and hurry.
Sure, Aunt, sure.
Yeah? Sock needs the gang over to the clinic. Step on it.
Sock's in trouble over at the clinic.
Lover.
Pretty late for you to be open.
I was just fixing to lock up.
Seen anything of Sock Dolan?
Oh, not for a week or more. What's the rap?
I don't know, but there's an order out to pick him up. Happens he comes in here, hang on to him and phone the desk. I'll be dropping in again.
Listen, we gotta get out of here. You don't have to worry about me squealing.
Where's a quiet place we can take him?
I never figured on a thing like this, Mason. Maybe we're going too far.
What do you mean going too far? With O'Hara behind him and the jury in front of me, they give me the book. Not a chance.
Thanks, Benny. Listen, everybody. Listen. I asked you to come here for Sock Dolan.
Well, where is he?
Yeah, why ain't he showed up?
Yeah, I haven't seen him all.
Button up, you guys, and give her a chance.
Sock's in trouble. I've been trying to find him.
Yeah, so it's the cops.
I ain't no stool pigeon.
Not me, I ain't.
Pipe down, you guys! The next guy that opens up his yap, I'll knock his teeth down his throat.
Well, what's the idea?
Yeah, what does he want?
I want you to prove that you're really Sock's pals. I want you to pay him back for all the things he's ever done for you, every one of you. I want you to find him. If you don't find him soon, it might be too late. Don't you understand? He's in a spot.
Yeah, but the cops.
The cops are looking for him because I asked them to.
Well, why didn't you say so? I could have told you.
Have you seen him?
Yeah, a couple hours ago over at the pig's place.
The pig?
Yeah, Blubber Mullins.
Oh, the pawn shop.
Keno.
Do you know where it is?
Sure.
You heard him, didn't you? Well, what do you say?
Let's get going.
Come on, snap it up.
These buildings ain't been used in years.
Here, go on over to that gasoline station and bring me back a gallon can.
Gasoline, what for?
Do as I tell you. We'll be inside.
They ain't here.
I seen them come in.
Whether they've gone. They could be anywhere by now.
Not the Blubber. Somebody would have spotted the pig.
Then all the odds are still around somewheres.
Hiding out.
You've got to find them, please. Even if it means digging out every hole and corner in the Bowery.
We'll find them, all right. Come on.
Yeah, let's go.
Doc, some friends of yours.
Tom,
Oh, Peggy.
Dad's kept me posted on everything. Shall we go?
Yes, I've got to get back to the clinic. This isn't the way to the clinic.
Are we going to stop and have a bite to eat first? Or am I still not forgiven for Sunday night? I didn't realize the emergency was so serious. I can't help having the feeling, what difference does it make anyway?
What difference does it make?
Oh, you know what I mean. You gave up your Sunday evening to save a half a dozen derelicts from dying. It's hard to say if you're even doing them a favor.
You really believe that?
I'd hoped to take you up to Uncle George's tonight so you could give him your answer.
I haven't been able to give your Uncle George's proposition a thought. I'm going to refuse it.
Well, you haven't even given it a thought.
Do you mind dropping me off here, Peggy?
Not at all.
What's the matter? You crazy? Hey, Lefty, soak that other pile of junk, too. You sure there ain't no watchman around?
There ought to be. These buildings have been condemned for a couple of years. Nobody ever comes around here.
Another match?
Hey, Mason, wait a minute. Ain't the any other way?
You know what you are, Blubber? You're a yellow, squealing pig.
Yeah, but Marty, if they pin that on us, it means the chair.
You're too fat for the chair, Blubber.
Oh, no, Mason, don't, please. I ain't gonna squeal.
That's one thing I'm sure of. Lefty, there's somebody on the roof. See if the alley's clear. get out of here.
Not until I take care of that kid.
He's been croaked.
Sock, are you all right?
Scrubby. What about Scrubby?
Well, he'll be fine. It's you we've been worried about.
Oh, I'm okay.
Hey, look out!
Some of you guys give me a hand with the battler, quick.
Come on, get his arms up over your
Take it easy with him now, guys.
All right.
Take him along, too. All right.
They find that kid yet?
Yeah, we found him just in time, too. Mason had him on the spot.
Nah, he's got Mason on the spot.
They're waiting for the cops.
You can take it from me, Doc. The kid didn't know that food was poisoned, so don't be too hard on him.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Clamming up ain't gonna do you no good, Mason, so... How's Battler?
The hospital says he'll be all right. Did he confess?
Not yet, but he will. How about it, Mason? You're gonna come clean and clear the dark?
I told you I never sold no poison grub.
You sure about that, are you?
Hiya. Hello. We thought you was in jail.
So you sure your food's all right, are you?
Sure, I'm sure.
Sock? How long have you been selling poison food, Mason?
It ain't poison, I tell you. I'm a legitimate food distributor.
Oh, everything on the up and up, huh?
That's the way you gotta run it if you want to stay in business.
Well, would you be willing to eat some of your own food yourself?
Sure I would. What's that?
Just a little stew made out of some of the food that you delivered to the children's hospital. You see, Mason, the boys want to return a compliment. They had a meal on you, so they want you to have one on them. Will you serve the gentleman, Sock?
It's a pleasure.
Go on, eat it.
Yeah, just like you was hungry.
You better eat it or we'll feed it to you with a ramrod.
Sure, there ain't nothing the matter with this. Oh.
Oh, what's the matter? Don't you like it? Pete had to eat a whole bowl full of that before they sent him to the hospital.
Yeah, and Muggsy and the rest of them, they ate some of it. Nothing wrong with it, huh? We'll put that in your tombstone. Here, have some more.
Doc, I'm poisoned and trying to kill me.
Oh, then the food was rotten then.
And I didn't snatch any more certificates after I found it out, did I?
No.
Will you put all of that in writing?
Yeah, sure.
That won't be necessary.
Oh, Doc, I'm going to die. Will you do something?
Why, what's the matter with him?
Nothing. Nothing that I can't take care of in a couple of minutes. Come on.
I didn't know we had any of Mason's food here, Tom.
We didn't.
Well, where'd you get it?
Off the stove.
Well, now, don't tell me my cooking's that bad.
Any food's that bad when you put a little epicac in it. Well, I guess now we can all get back to work. Oh, Sock, you'll have to excuse Ann and me for a minute. We have some reports to make out. Miss Cleary?